Let me start the interview then.
Okay.
Let's start with the first question. Who is Danya?
Okay.
Tell us about yourself, man.
Good question. I am a British Twitch streamer who plays a lot of Beat Saber. Wait, probably too much Beat Saber actually. Um, who puts a lot of effort into his videos and his Twitch videos, and kind of just circulate around the community quite a bit. Spend a bit too much time on Discord, those kind of things.
Yeah, I can see that. Every Discord I go, you are probably there.
Yeah, I do spend way too much time on there, but hey, it works.
Okay, and how did you get into Beat Saber?
Okay, so in about June 2019, I got my first headset, which was a Rift S, and it was my first priority with it wasn't actually to play Beat Saber. I didn't actually think Beat Saber would be anything that I'd actually ever play, to be perfectly honest. I ended up playing a lot of VR. Well, VR chat mainly was one of them that I was really excited to get into. And I also think Job Simulator was also one I like to play. But once I started actually playing Beat Saber, I just literally could not get myself off it. It was like an addiction that I didn't even know I had. So
Yeah, I think it's like that for everyone.
yeah, definitely.
And what do you do outside of Beat Saber?
Outside of Beat Saber, good question actually. Well, I work at a VR arcade, which is mainly my main job. Which is like how else I get my funding. And
That's
there
so
is
cool.
also, yeah, honestly, it's literally took over my life pretty much. It's awesome. But I'm also just a college student, so I also spend my time doing that as well.
I see. Wait, how old are you? If you
I'm
don't
17.
mind. 17?
Yes,
Oh,
17. Yeah.
we are the same age.
Wow, really? That's sick. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
No, flip now.
I was reading your description on Twitter, and you are an editor for Cube Community. How does that
Yeah.
feel?
It's awesome. To be perfectly honest, I sent in an they did an application kind of thing a few months ago,
I see.
and they were and then I entered for that, and then I heard nothing from them, so I thought, I was gonna be fine. And eventually, I get a message from Cosmos about 3 or 4 months later, and he's like, "Yo, want to come edit for us?" I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I'm not gonna say no, so.
Wow, dude. And I saw that you are most known because of your memes.
Man, really?
How does that feel?
Well, there's two feelings I've got about it. There's the main feeling, which is always good, because obviously more recognition is always better. In like, no matter how you see it, it's always good to get more recognition off each person. But there is a point where it does get a bit more like where people can go over the top with it, and then it kind of ruins the joke and kind of ruins stuff like that, which I am not really a fan of. But either way, it gives it it gives me a good outlook, pretty much. So
Yeah, I'm never been really into the cheat post part of the community of Beat Saber.
oh yeah,
I'm really new to it, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, it's relatively easy to get into, really. I mean, a lot with it is just pretty much if you just sit on Twitter and you just go onto a thread or something, something will have started. You literally just need to look at one particular thread. 1 month there'll be someone saying, "Oh, they're going to complain about a ranked map," or it's going to be a meme trend that's going to go on for a day and it'll die instantaneously. It kind of just goes on like that, and it's actually really, really good.
Something I saw and I still don't understand in Twitter was an emoji of someone with, lens and flexing.
Depends, yeah.
And Beat Saber is community. Sometimes it can be weird.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place majority of the time. It's something. You have to be in there for a long time to actually fully understand it. But yeah.
Well, coming back again to Beat Saber, what's the peak rank that you ever got?
The peak rank, I think it was 45th global and then 2nd in Britain. I think that was the highest I ever hit, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so you are a pretty good player.
Yeah. I mean, I was until I moved to Index. As soon as I moved to Index, all my skills went straight down the toilet. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because Index controllers are more heavy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot with it is, well, not only that, but just the fact that they're just like unoptimized for it. With the Knuckles in general, they're really, really good for every other game other than Beat Saber. You feel so immersed with them. They're real, like really good. Like honestly, they're so much better than the Oculus controllers. But if it ever came to just Beat Saber by itself, to be able to become a good player, you definitely need to be on an Oculus headset, in my opinion.
You
It's just miles ahead.
What headset did you use before?
The Oculus Rift S. So.
Oh man, I use it. Dude, it's pain.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's
like especially
painful.
like the grips themselves, painful as hell. I used to use 2-finger claw quite often, and it honestly, I've now got permanent like marks on my skin of where I've just held my fingers on it.
Dude,
it's very, very bad. But
me too. I have marks too. It's
yeah, exactly.
And what did it feel to play Beat Saber for the first time?
I played Beat Saber for the first time. Oh, good question. When I first started, I was I'd started to get into the into anime a bit more because obviously, you know, VR chat, anime, and VR pretty much just all go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I originally started out with Sword Art Online, and with that, like my first instinct with Beat Saber were, can I play these Sword Art Online songs? And that was literally all I went through. And with that, when I first started, it was kind of just like a inspirational boost of like, oh my god, I can play all these Sword Art Online songs, and I just went through every single one, passing each out one after and after.
Oh.
And it was just like, bloody hell. I still go through them sometimes just to go and improve my scores back from way back when. It's really nice to look at.
Yeah. The first time for me was the I went into a friend's house and he had a VR. So the first song that he put me to play was Cycle Hit.
Oh yeah.
And
I can imagine how that went.
Yeah, it went somewhat badly, but it was fun.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're having fun with the game, that's all that really matters. So.
And how many hours do you have into the game?
Oh, this one is a question that I wish I knew myself, because I originally was on Oculus. So I originally started on Oculus and I had about 600 hours on there, and then I switched accounts to Steam, restarted again, went all the way back through the entire process, and then I've got. Let me actually check. I think it's 674 now. So I've got about 1,300 hours roughly.
Oh my god! I don't
Yeah,
even have 200, dude.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. What can I say?
And have you lost weight by playing Beat Saber?
Oh, this one actually is a very good question. Yes. I was, before I started playing Beat Saber in, I want to say, like, middle of June 2019, I was about 12.5 stone, 13 stone. I'm now 8 stone. So, if that puts into perspective how much weight I've lost with Beat Saber, it's insane. Nearly half of my body weight has gone purely just from playing the game.
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's literally mentally and physically, it's a million times better.
And did you do some kind of diet or something like that?
At the time, don't think there really was. I think when I originally first started like properly losing weight, I did like stop eating a little bit more, which was probably something I shouldn't have done. But either way, I was still fine, and it was just a mix of that and playing so much Beat Saber. The weight just fell off, and now since then I have roughly stayed in the 8 stone mark since then. So it's been pretty good, but I don't really do a diet anymore. Now I just kind of eat whatever crap comes in front of me, I'll be honest.
Dude, for me it has been different because I have lost weight, like 10 pounds or something, not that much, but
yeah, still very well done.
I get hungry, so I eat more. So so I don't really know. I do look more skinny than before, but it's weird. I weight almost the same.
Yeah, that's something that just Beat Saber generally does. I mean, obviously, the more you eat, well, the more you do exercise, the more you'll eat. So.
And has Beat Saber improved your life? I mean, both mentally and physically.
Well, physically yes, because I've lost so much weight from it, and mentally, I'd say it's definitely given me a spot that I didn't realize that I had before from the community that I've just been in, I've met so many amazing people that have just always been there. Like, I know I have people for me now. Before I had Beat Saber, I'm not gonna lie, I was in a pretty dark spot when it comes to my mental health.
Me too.
But from going inside of the community and just meeting with so many new people and making so many new friends, honestly, it is changed how I thought about how people are.
And for me, because I didn't speak English almost nothing in the internet, and I didn't have that too many friends that speak English. But when I got into Beat Saber, holy heck, look at me now.
Yeah, exactly. Your English is really good. So fair play to you.
And what do you think about the Beat Saber community now versus the old one? I mean, back in 2018, but you told me you play in 2019, so I think...
Yeah, I started in... I mean, I can still give a comment on it, because obviously I've spoken to that many people, I kind of have an idea of what it was like in 2018.
Oh, I see.
For in 2018, it was just like a small little bubble, to where everyone knew each other and everyone like had their own place in the community, but now it's such a widened variety, like there's so much variety. It's kind of difficult to keep your gauges on everybody, and there are just certain people in the game that kind of give aspects to where you want to be. So a lot of that is kind of like how I kind of see it today, because when I started originally, most of my time I spent in BSNG and Bandit's Discord, and I kind of just chilled in those two Discords for quite a while until I originally met Tiger AW, who was first in the UK at the time, who then showed me the British Beat Saber Discord when I was very, very new to the game, and then I stayed in there pretty much ever since. So
yeah, the Beat Saber community is very large now, because for example, now I'm part of a community where we know players like Seria, Orchid, Tarragon, Fepeland.
Yeah.
And then we have the other community that is Bandut, Templex, Whoops, and people like that. It's just too wide, and there's different people and a lot of content, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the amount of variety it's been given now is definitely a lot better for everybody overall. Having a bigger community will be better for us, but I feel like as long as we're able to keep paths on where we were, like not being able to disengage from our community and being able to just keep strong to our roots is where we really need to be.
And this is a controversial question. What do you think about the ranked maps now versus the old ones?
Oh, this is a good question. Okay, so with ranked in general, when I first started, well, I can't really speak for when I first started because I wasn't really that good, but I definitely felt like every single map had its own place, and they all felt different. So like if you went from Cheesy's Walk This Way to Hexagonal's Happy Song, every single song had their own different tastes. And like everything felt different. But nowadays you kind of go into one song and you kind of like, oh, this feels like a similar pattern that I've played before. And then people are now trying to go back, trying to reinvent the pattern like with Ludicrous Speed, and it just isn't sticking. I mean, fair play to them. They're trying to invent and they're trying to do something new. But should it be ranked as a first generation kind of prospect? No. I feel like first we should kind of have a medium ground. So like we have unranked maps. So we could have it unranked for a little while, kind of like it was a Ludicrous Speed, but no one liked it. But they still went and ranked it anyway for their own personal benefit. So, in my opinion, there should definitely be more of a middle ground on what gets ranked and what doesn't get ranked. And I really do prefer, if I was being honest, I do prefer the older maps from way back when.
Because of the original patterns, you mean?
Yeah, original patterns and the fact that it's just like
unique.
So, yeah, unique. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Everything felt unique. Everything had its own taste, its own style. But now everything kind of just blends into one big mush, and you haven't really got much. Many differences.
You know, a recent mapper, somewhat new, that his rank maps are almost unique. I don't know if you know ABC.
Yeah, I know ABC.
Yeah, his maps are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give ABC credit. With his maps, with every single one, you can tell there's something different. Like with the two highest ranks I think he's got is Resonation and no, ignoring Banger because that was a horrible map. If you have Deadly Force and Resonation, those two maps are really, really good jump maps. Honest to God,
Yeah.
those two feel different. Those two have their own flavor and taste. Banger kind of has its own horrid taste, if I was to put it into any kind of description. But yeah, if that's one way that I can put it into words, that's what I kind of put it as.
I see. And going back to the community, the Beat Saber community, I mean, who's your favorite Beat Saber streamer?
This one's a good question. It's hard to say that I have a favorite, but there are ones that I do find more like enjoyable and more communicating with the audience. One of those in particular is Umbranox, the guy that made Scoresaber.
Oh yeah.
I do not. Yeah, his streams I thoroughly enjoy, like so much. It's just like he connects with his audience so well. He gives us all his own little place. We all have a good old laugh as well. And there's also Joshua B. I don't know if you've heard of him before, but he is also, yeah, he's primarily an act player, but he's also a really, really good streamer as well. Credit where credit's due. His streams are really, really fun to be in. And the last one I really want to give a recommendation to is VR. He is not really too much into the game kind of sides, but is more in the modding kind of sides. But his streams are so chill and relaxed. I absolutely love his streams. Like, they are top notch.
I am surprised that you didn't mention Bandu.
Well, yeah, I mean, with Bandu, obviously he's just like one of those textbook streamers where I really like to enjoy to watch them. But like, yeah, it's just nice to be there. Like with a lot of communities, it's hard to pick out your own favorites or your own like, biggest personalities that you enjoy.
And I only mentioned this because you have in your Twitter mod for Bandu.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Listen. I can explain. I do enjoy his streams. I have a few favorites. I
see. Yeah, it's normal, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, and who's your favorite mapper?
Oh, having to pick a favorite mapper. That's very. Let me quickly just go through my scores and all. Not Foxy Boy, I can say that much. And honestly, I'd probably say for the top end of ranks, I would definitely say Serret. Serret's maps have...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Serret's maps have that kind of flair and that ability to just make you go, wow, I'm really enjoying this map. Whereas other mappers kind of like give you the same feeling. There's no other feeling than playing a Serret map and feeling like you're doing well. The only map of his that I really don't have an enjoyment for is probably Blastix. I don't know why, I just can't hit that map right on my right hand. I get like 106.
And my problem while playing Serret maps, I like them, but they are so hard to play.
They're difficult, yeah, definitely. But when it clicks, when you click with a Serret map, you're off. Like, literally, his maps are so nice to play when you properly get them.
Yeah. And have you ever mapped something?
Oh no. Okay, so I have mapped two things. I originally mapped the Christina V version of Ignite, which was absolutely horrendous because it was my first map like that I properly ever gave timing to. Timing was completely off. The entire map was horrible. I tried to send it in for rank. It then got put out of rank and then put back into rank and then put out again, and then eventually I gave up. And then there is one that is currently going for rank now, which is EKU's version of Villain Virus, which is like a compy box version, which is only about 35 seconds long. But it is such a nice song. I absolutely love it.
Hypers, dude, hypers.
Yeah.
Okay, now for my final question. How does it feel to be Beat Saber favorite femboy?
Okay. Good. It feels good. It's a bit difficult to comment more than that, but I feel like it's nice to have a place. Okay. I can say that much.
Okay, for real. The last question is: can you give those that are new to VR and Beat Saber any tips?
Okay, so first things first, practice. Practice is a bit so important. I cannot even understate it as much as possible. Just practice. Just keep at it, and you'll eventually get better. Another thing is as well, grips as well. These two are the most fundamental things. With grips, you need to understand how well you can hold your controllers. Using ARM is not going to benefit you at all. Using as much wrist as you can is going to benefit you in every single way.
Yeah.
As long as you get a nice mix.
Okay, you can promote your social medias now.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, my Twitch is twitch.tv/Denyu_, and my YouTube is youtube.com/Denyu with 2 H's, because I could not get the one with 1 H because that's been stolen. And my Twitter is twitter.co.uk/Denyu_.
Nice.
There you go.
You are part of the underscore team in Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be part of the underscore team. I mean, I would be part of the non-underscore team, but I found out when I made my name, there was actually a singer, a singer and a song producer that actually has the name Denya without the underscore.
Oh.
So my name kind of like has to have the underscore, or else I'd be trying to claim myself as another person, which normally isn't that good. But yeah.
Dude, thank you for being in my Who is Player series. It was really fun talking to you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this, so thank you.
Yeah, dude, see you later.
Yeah, see ya. Have a good one.
Dude, that was so fun. He's a really fun person. And if you like the video, like and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, who do you want to see next?
Here it comes.
But with 23.3% of the votes, only a 2-vote difference, Denya gets Streamer of the Year. Congrats to Denya.
So this is a 2-vote difference between Denya
Extremely
and Bandu.
close.
Now both
That's
absolutely
insane.
amazing streamers.
Oh my God.
There you go. It's crazy. It happened like that, just like that.